We're live. We're back live. Um, so it says we're for 4.3 AI. This is AI based. Uh, this is a feature that's not yet out, but they're working towards 4.3.1, I think. AI FPS turrets. Okay, they're committed to the NPC drop ships. That's going to be a thing. Okay, I got to step away from this. Go back to it. Interact. Bring it up. Okay, there we go. And introducing dropships in Pyro, defending outposts and deploying reinforcements when the local population is attacked. I think that goes to both sides, right? If you're in a criminal located place, or if you're looting a place. Character 6 entries. Sniper, that's released. Wicklow combat stealth suit. ASD light combat stealth suit. New hairstyles. And there's another one, the 4.3.1 hairstyle is committed. Heavy utility armor, that's committed. Core tech, ladder improvements, that's been released. Dynamic snow, it's released. Gameplay, committed. That means the Apollo, implementing MedGel and expanding the overall medical gameplay loop with deeper mechanics around respawning and tiered injury treatment. It's a thing now. It's here. Onyx facility, that's released. Committed. The 4.3.1, that's the finale. Right, we know we're gonna find out what the doctor has been up to. Via on Addison's watch, she's all about that technology and science, and now we see how it's gotten out of whack. He took it too far. He went off the rails with this stuff. The ASD tech is going to be finished. That story is going to be finished in 4.3.1. The Wolf was released. Wicklow special ships. I heard mixed reviews about the Wicklow. I think even Benoit was saying that has not been resolved. And so that's going to discourage a lot of people messing around with Wicklow. They were talking about even throwing Wicklow into Klesher, man. Like, what? And I said to myself, man, what if I would have gotten into that, trying to grind for Wicklow? Ship flight tuning changes, light fighters, updates on light fighters for the Gladys Arrow, the Hawk, Banu Defender, Talon, Blade, Quatual, and Mustang. Accelerations. There's changes in the space combat maneuverability as well as the navigational speeds, accelerations, and angular speeds. And okay, so in PTU we have the Apollo and Triage. So I'm glad for the people who purchased that. Volt Sniper Zenith, that's released. The Volt LMG Fresno, that's been released. Oh no, it's committed. It's not out yet. I'm sorry. Apologies. The Bearing Laser Cannon Art Refactors, that's been committed. Updating the Bearing Cannon's art style and geometry. Now, this is the nitty gritty here. Star Citizen 1.0. What could be possible? Okay, I'm gonna put it out here. The releasing audio mode, a systemic solution for expressing game audio in depressurized states through effects applied to audio and an increased emphasis on the resonance of sounds through surfaces and physical contact. In other words, have you guys seen the Expanse or any series where you see the actors put on a space helmet and you kind of have that kind of a closed-in sound, like you're in a put a helmet on, and you can tell you're inside of a helmet type of deal, that kind of thing, sort of. I think that's also that, um, depressurized states and those special effects. So I see that coming, right? um, I don't see dynamic server meshing being a part of it. Star Audio, a new suite of tools and tech aimed at improving the quality and fidelity of sound in Star Citizen. I think that could be one of the things in the patches to come, potentially, right? Um, Global illumination, end of year. I think Benoit did say, I think they're pushing to get that by end of year. So global illumination. Genesis Star Architect, new tool that scatters ground locations based on environment and designer data to populate the world of Star Citizen at an unprecedented scale. What if it is ready? Would you put it in Planetary Tech 4? If I was Benoit, I'd be like, why are we going to waste work and resources? Continue to work on it until we're done with Planetary Tech 5, until it's ready to release, but have it ready. So we may or may not see it. I'm leaning towards we don't see it. And speaking of which, Planetary Tech 5, implementing the next generation of world creation with increased scale, complexity, and believability. I think that's a push for next year. That's a major push. Don't upset things right now. I think the way we would probably see it is probably through the tech preview channel. If there's a chance that it's ready, it would only be tech preview channel. If there's a chance that Planetary Tech 5 is ready. Genesis dynamic weather, real-time simulation of weather fronts on a planetary scale, including rain, wind, and thunder. So that's system-based, I guess. So why do this in Planetary Tech 4 again? I would say let them finish Planetary Tech 5, then add this dynamic weather. Whether we agree with it or not, pun intended. Quantum travel. This is one of the things I said we could probably see at the end, up to the end of the year. Quantum travel experience is becoming fully physicalized, including quantum boost, a faster method for short-range travel. Pirates are going to be upset, but it is what it is. Guilds, rewards, and content for different professions to players as they complete contracts and earn reputation. Next year, insurance, taxes, and warranty. New systems to handle medical, item, and vehicle insurance and associated fees. That carries a lot of data. Dynamic server meshing has to come first for that to be a thing, where everything is valid according to each individual's tax and insurance and warranty status. It has to travel across systems. It has to be consistent on that basis of it following you and has a resonance of what you do if it's valid. So it has to cross all disciplines across the server or servers dynamically. Dynamic server meshing, I think, will hold on to that and be the foundation for this. Law and security, implementing an updated system that handles law infractions along with security responses to criminal activity. Yep, data dynamic server. You need to be able to track all that, which it falls into reputation version 2 and bounty hunting. New player professions. Addition of new player professions to the persistent universe. Okay, and then I looked at the detail. Addition of new player professions to the persistent universe, such as builder, crafter, explorer, athlete, and more. Next year. Because it's other things that needs to support this. Introducing permadeath and associated consequences to Star Citizen. Yep, I see that in the next patch. And you know I'm BSing right there, man. You know that. Don't even pump the brakes. You know, you're like, I'm not even looking forward to that. You can keep that. A new vehicle component enabling to autonomous operation of various aspects of vehicles such as turrets. Isn't that AI blades? So I see AI blades coming. I see that coming. AI blades. But how well will it work? I think they'll put themselves in a little bind if it's not working right, and it leads to ships being destroyed. I see that as a tech preview until they can get server SPS got to get higher through optimizations. Desync has to go way down, but I see them thinking about, should we try this? There's a chance. Item misfire and wear. Adding depth to equipment functionality with item misfires and gradual wear, requiring regular maintenance to ensure peak performance. This to me says these item misfire and wear, that's Maelstrom, that's physicalized items. And even, I think it far reaches just items and weapons. I think it also reaches into the components and controlled flight surfaces of your ship. That's falling into the realm of crafting. You craft something, it's at 100%. It goes through wear and tear. So yes, that's probably later, next year. Fire hazard, bringing fire hazards to ships and environments along with fire extinguisher mechanics, requiring players to manage and extinguish blazes before they spread. That's a slippery slope because physicalization, damage, wear and tear, it follows suit to that unless it's some sort of placeholder. But I think if they release that, it will require more work, more rework, potential bugs and issues with it until things are physicalized, right? Oh, let me get my items here. Let me go to the refrigerator. I go over here. This becomes a refrigerator. Sustenance. This is my refrigerator. Yeah, I only need one to the refrigerator bin. I think I have med pens. Okay. Ammo. Do I need ammo? Oh crap, I need ammo. I can get it at the station. Armor. Change my helmet out. Holy smokes. Oh, my armor's probably over here. Oh, wait a minute. I think I lost that helmet. My dead body. I think I can go back and get it. I can find it. Do I have my marker? Death marker? No, I lost it. I don't know. Maybe? Okay, let me head back. Let's see. Do I have my Lux? Yeah, I just put it on the backpack. All right, let me go. Let's go. Let's get going. Charge and drain. Expanding the utility of the multi-tool with the ability to drain and transfer power between objects, unlocking new puzzle solving and support roles. I can see that with these new missions that are coming. I can see battery usage being a thing. I think they can implement that. Life support. I think engineering, that's part of engineering, I guess. Integrating life support systems into ships, making oxygen management and environmental controls critical for survival. I think that'll be an aspect of base building as well, because you need modules, you need components to supply oxygen in no oxygen locations for you to survive in your environment. And here we go, engineering gameplay, which they want to get out by the end of the year. Benoit mentioned that with the tech preview channel first. Introducing dedicated engineering roles aboard ships, allowing players to actively manage power distribution, repairs, and system efficiency in real time. I think we're going to get a heavy dose of that come CitizenCon, of the actual mechanics. I think a refinement is probably in order. You'll see that potentially. Solar Flare, that's coming back. We'll probably see that by end of the year. For Pyro, unleashing powerful solar bursts with the Pyro system, creating dynamic environmental hazards that players must navigate and prepare for. You did see that the Carrack has that canopy now that closes up. Vehicle radar and scanning rework. We may see that by the end of the year. Reworking vehicle radar and scanning for all vehicles. I think they're scrambling to get that in, and I think it'll come down to the finish line for the end of this year. FPS radar and scanning. That was another one we mentioned. We could see before the end of year, right? We'll see that one. First person radar and scanning gameplay, improving situational awareness and bringing new tactical gameplay. Oh, it's about to get rough and ready. In-flight control system and control surfaces. I think we're starting that process is already starting. I think we're going to see more ships involved or integrated into that new process that are aerodynamically sound. But I think they're going to introduce at CitizenCon the opposite of that. VTOL enabled ships. It's like those VTOLs. They did give a little hint about the Aurora getting its rework. So the Drake Cutter, the Valkyrie. What's the variant of the Valkyrie? Where the engines can rotate. The Cutlass is going to be like that. Let me say, are we ready for fire and life support and all that? We need to get those desync issues out of the way, Finra. And Genesis, woo, that's a tough one, man. Yeah, you're talking next year stuff. Hangar upgrades. Expanding personal hangar customizations with new upgrades, layouts, and functional improvements. We're going to get a heavy dose of that. The functionality improvements, I think Benoit has already alluded to and given hint of. You already see dynamic server meshing. You're seeing it in your hangars, the instancing, and it's being shared across servers. There's the tech debt is being balanced out. So now they're going to build upon that. So I see that for the end of the year. Hangar upgrades for sure. I could be wrong, but I'm saying for sure. Where it's more of, because we're not getting base building, it's more of a feel for it. It's more of a segue and a preparation towards it. It's going to feel good. Some of us are already, taken to decking out our halves, and you're seeing more persistence with your own hangars now. It's to say, get ready, here it comes, right? It's on its way, which is really cool. Soon, TM. TBD. Soon, TBD. right, let's see. It doesn't want to see this. I'm so upset about this thing. You gotta. It's like you're. This game is not about riding on rails, and yet here we are riding on rails. Isn't that crazy? You can't if you can't get the rail aligned, you're not going anywhere. You got to kind of reset things by coming out further in order for it to track. You got to be on that train track, that virtual space train track, in order to set your location and allow yourself to go there. They realize that. They're like, oh man, but it was cool. You know, it was a cool effect in the beginning, right? You know, the Millennium Falcon getting itself aligned and charting out that nav spot, and you know it's inspired by that. You see that as it's a movie staple of your travel in space and stuff. It's got to go. I found that the universe likes irony. That's hard to fathom, but um, yeah, the hangar upgrades is going to be I think that's going to kind of keep us a little happy, because you're going to get that persistence. You're going to kind of get a feel for what base building will be like, having your items laid out. Hangar updates for sure. I think we're getting that before end of year, or you know, within those 4 patches, I can see hangar updates. And then, lo and behold, marketing is going to be a part of it. But I think it's going to be some cool items. Yeah, maybe it could be the tech behind it could be its own specialty of the cargo grid, right? Because it's entities such as furniture or a set piece that belongs there, right? So it will lock and stay where it's supposed to. Maybe give it feet, you know, invisible feet that will allow it to lock in and be upright. Kind of like utilizing the cargo tech, the cargo grid tech that way. The sewers, yes, Fenra. 4 patches. They already have implemented the ASD, the Onyx. We're going down in facilities and we're going up and down floors, jumping down, going further down. It's just now it's just steps and doors, right? No elevators, steps and doors. Yeah, I can see that. The lower depths it could definitely be on the docket for end of year. I think that's one of those closeout featured missions for end of year to say, all right, we're on holiday, enjoy the lower depths. One of those things. Enjoy the lower depths. Yeah, it would be cool. I think it's one of those things where you're instanced and they can get instancing in and kind of, again, Benoit, he gave that little nugget of we're capturing data. That's gonna get you into that space onto those servers to heavily populate them. And then I think it's the dress rehearsal for dynamic server meshing for next year, basically. I'll bet your bottom line. I bet your bottom dollar. Don Cornelius is like, I bet your bottom dollar. Yeah, I think they're gonna. It's the final dress rehearsal. They know next year they gotta get dynamic server out. It's gonna be a segue to possibly Squadron 42 not coming in 2026. So you gotta have something to kind of keep people in the frame mind of just, okay, I got it. No, I'll play this until then, right? But no way, no how do you release that Squadron 42 game and it's not ready. No way. It can't happen. You cannot let that happen, Chris. You have a responsibility and a mandate to make sure that the people who um, pledged for it, they get what they were expecting. Not a rush job. Not a rush job. So damn dates, and it would have to come from Chris. It would have to come from Chris, and I'm okay with that. I just want to know, say it right after CitizenCon, whatever the case, but get it out of the way, Chris. Um, I'm totally okay with it because I play it. It's got to be seamless, man. It's got to be right. And I think there's another thing we were talking about too in regards to Squad 42. The first release, it's got to be on point. It's got to be polished. It's got to be gold standard. But I think I would say or suggest or ask CIG for chapters 2 and 3. If this is not already the case, I'm thinking and hoping that this is the case, that chapter 1 is the tutorial we've been looking for all things that are Star Citizen, to how you play, how you get into the game. And so it also incentivizes more people to want to play it because it is the segue or the opening act to how you play it in the MMO. I really hope that is the case. Oh, the pirate code thing. Fimra, the Valakar, right? You didn't look, dude. Did you see the Valakar, the water-based Valakar? It looked like one of those serpent things in one of the Alien movies when it got inside that guy's helmet. But it looks like a serpent. So a new creature, the Valakar variant that got into the sewer. It's the same, the old alligator lore. And those things come out of the water, right? Or that parts of them just stay in the water and they come up, rise up, and you're going, you're walking along the paths of the sewer. So you got enemies in front of you, and then you have enemies to the side of you. Creatures, the Valakars, and then the little ones sliver onto the ground, and you're there dancing and shooting the ground, right? So it's your new Copian, slivery Copian. And then what is this? The new detox pen is the new anti-venom pen. Yikes! Anti-venom. And your toxic levels are at a high that you're like, dude, I'm feeling a little woozy. I'm feeling woozy. The poison. And you die and you have this greenish tinge to you because of the toxins, the poison. Oh my gosh. And Shibasta laughs. You puff up, man, like a puffer fish. My dude is blowing up. Looking a little thick down there in that armor. That armor's like pressing, getting pressed. Freaking poison going through your veins, man. With those things. They're venomous. Ugh. Gross. Player space stations. Well, Ian, the artist, the art director, Ian. I want to say his last name, man. I feel like I'm so disrespecting him. I don't. He's good, man. He's got that movie esque style of art. But he said something about new space stations for the concurrency. We're gonna get rescaling. That's another thing. The hangar should scale according to our ships more properly. So player space stations. That's I don't know. That's a 50-50. I'm leaning towards 45-55. 45% that it's not, that it will come out. 55% it will not. while implementing the ability to build homes among the stars with the introduction of player-made space bases. So that's crafting. Crafting itself, Shimpasta is big on this. He was adamant about that one. Crafting, base building. I'm sorry, crafting. Implementing the ability for players to craft various items using resources from throughout the persistent universe. I don't think that's ready. That's a lot. Because I think Benoit said they're capturing a lot of data on things you can interact with, I think, or I don't see that. Not yet. Not until they have finalized what you can interact with, and once you're able to interact with those things, what can you do with them? But it's also opening the door for them to kind of maybe or surprise us that said they're going to start production on the Endeavor, because I think they have a couple of things that could help bring that into the game. Crafting what? Medical. The next level of the next iteration of medical surgeries, adding cybernetics, potentially. Base building, implementing player constructed planetary bases. All work encompassing the ability for players to construct and maintain bases, including resource generation, commerce, and customization. See, man, you only want that in. I would only want to see that in Planetary Tech 5, right? And I want that to be in Planetary Tech 5. And so the visuals are nice and crisp. I don't know. Yeah, base building. Tech preview as a sample for testing, and they pull it, and they start it next year. It would be interesting for them to. I don't know if would be a Benoit decision. Let's say I get to be Benoit for 5 minutes. And I would say my approach would be this. Tech preview, small bases, right? The next step for next year, first quarter, small base building. A quarter after that, the medium-sized base building. Tech preview again. All the while, I think Pioneer may be ready for the next IAE come November or end of year. So coincide the extra large and large base building functionality, not only for the Pioneer, but for the Galaxy, as well as the Starlancer BLD, right? But you'll have the little Surveyor, little floating pushy thing, Surveyor pushy thing, to build your small base and tech preview. First quarter for next year. Second quarter, the medium size, and for the end of the year, large and extra large for all disciplines across the board, which will be the Pioneer, the Galaxy, and what is it? The Galaxy, Pioneer, and the Starlancer BLD. Extra large and large base building, end of year, next year, 2026. I think that would be cool. I'm hoping that's doable, and it makes sense. If I had to be Benoit, that was my 5 minutes of being Benoit. New missions, location, repair. New mission types introducing repair mechanics, requiring players to restore damaged outposts, first debuting in Pyro's Lawless Frontier. We'll see that. I think we'll see that. before end of year. We had a little basic of it with the Mission and Onyx. So you have the repair salvage tool that can come in and do basics of that. But I think it's a tier 0. They get to add more, incorporate some of the things from the multi-crew engineering aspects. So, yep. And let's see. Player to player trading. No. I say no because you're going to need crafting, right? Next year for that. Next year for that. Player organizations. Nope. You need the numbers to support that. Implementing the ability to create and fully manage player organizations, including a dedicated mobiGlas app. Wait a minute. The structure for it in Mobi on the back end, 50-50. 50-50 with that. Social mobiGlas app. Creating a new mobiGlas app to manage friends and contacts. Again, 50-50. That's 50-50. Citizenship. That's all 1.0. Elevate your status in the verse by becoming a citizen to gain unique rewards and benefits. Planetary shields. Nope. Ownership. Nope. Utility tunnels. I think that's something to be said about Planetary Tech 5 and the interior initiative. They're gonna, when they build out these interiors, utility tunnels and things of that nature will be incorporated. Probably not in just Area 18, but all locations. The seedy side of those cities will be a part of the gameplay features, and expect creatures as well, and expect people that will be a part of that underground culture, alternative, or a mirror image of that society's dark side, potentially. It opens the doors for gameplay, variations to the existing cities. And it's mission based, right? Yep, quantum travel. I can see that. Imperial Sports Federation. I don't know about that. The Council, organized as the governing body for legality. The Council is a collective of syndicate gangs and outlaws who mandate criminal activity throughout the system. So there's an order. You can't just be a maverick. They're going to come and get criminals or pirates who kind of like do things on their own. It's kind of like saying you're in someone else's territory doing things on your own behalf. And I think the one thing that could support that properly would be, I would say, actual NPCs that can really do well. No, because I mean, there's people that, in real life, there is a code. That's the closest thing to a law, right? There's a code. Oh shit. There's a code. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Slow it down, man. Okay, there we go. I think that's my dead body. But yeah, the council is basically who you have to answer to if you are doing illegal things outside of or inside their jurisdiction. They're not going to allow you to operate as a maverick. You're not going to be a maverick in their territory. You gotta play. You gotta. You might have to give tribute too. So I think that's cool because I think there has some realism. There's some realism to that, right? Okay, let's see. What do we have here? 1.0. Okay, we're getting closer. It's got to be my body when I crashed. Yep, I think I see him. Ain't that something, man? Yep. See if I can. Oh crap. There he is. There I am. T-posing. Well, let me get to work. Mercenary Guild 1.0 stuff. Academy of Science 1.0. United Resource Workers 1.0. Same thing for Transport Guild. Building Interiors. What is that? I don't know who that is. Let me get a mark real quick. Come on. I don't want to slam into a damn asteroid. So many freaking asteroids, man. Okay, let's see here. Let's try Pyro. Oh, that's a jump, dude. I might need to stop for some gas. Looks like it's gonna make it. Okay, Nick system. Interesting. Implementing the Nix star system into the persistent universe. Tech preview. There's Nix 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 planets in the system. This is doable, but they want to ensure that. I think they want to incorporate tech preview channel. They want to get some working part of dynamic server meshing if they can. End of year, but then that, I don't know, that it might be the fact of the matter could be, even though dynamic server meshing would help the Nix system, it wouldn't help it because it's not ready. And what's the most important thing between the two? You would want to have both of them working in conjunction with each other. The most important thing about that would be put the feature in the hands of the community, get us excited, happy about it's a new system. It's technically the community themselves, Shimpasta, let's look at the lore. They do not they got away from the messers, right? But I think they don't condone piracy, but the pirates are still welcome. I think that was the thing they talked about. And it might have been some fluctuation or changes. Nix was discovered in 2582 during the height of the newly formed United Empire of Earth territory expansion. The system consists of 3 unremarkable planets circling an F-type main sequence star. Astronomically, the most distinct aspect of Nix is that it is located directly on the border of a dark nebula, which enshrouds the orbits of all 3 worlds. The nebula's gases severely hamper visibility and significantly limit scanner use, which means it could mitigate missiles, firing missiles at someone. Also, it's like the cloud of war that you'll see where the Vandal come out of that mist, right? And so it's basically a gun. It's a dogfight, right? It's a dogfight, not a missile fight. Line of sight. I think also it will need the quantum mechanic, right? Because if you're in that nebula and you see glimpses or the UI flickering and fluctuating, you see a little glimpse of where it is until you get up or close. I sent it 07. Howdy and good day, sir. So you go by line of sight. So you just see it and you head in that direction until you're close enough that your scanners can actually solidify what's around you. So that would be a great and cool and strategic dynamic, one that's filled with suspense, because the Vandal could literally come out of that mist with a raiding party and then jump back into the clouds of the nebula. So, whew, I love it. So the nebula's gases severely hamper visibility and significantly limit scanner use, something the star system's few inhabitants rely on. The system was first charted through a jump point in the Bremen system by solo nav jumper Carla caller's official claim doesn't specify much of interest in the system, writing that it lacks significant mineral deposits or logical reason to apply the expense of terraformation. Larry did make an attempt to formally name the stars three worlds: Lou, Morgan, and Ashley. Apparently, after three separate romantic conquests she was pursuing. As per normal policy, the UEE government has never recognized these names, and they have never been widely used. Whether the system's intrepid discoverer was able to impress any of their namesakes is lost to history. In the last 2 centuries, Nix has gained some additional utility as a waypoint on the Castor-Stanton run, with a significant credit value of cargo moving through the system at any one time. Small-scale piracy is not uncommon. Buoyed by the system's nebula, and travelers are warned not to veer off the standard space lanes during transit of that system. So you have Nix 1, 2, and 3, and then you have Delamar, the landing zone. That was a part of the original. Well, the market, the original. They introduced Delamar as a feature to say, we want to test this. I want you, we want to play this out. But it's so basically not technically a planet. This large asteroid is hidden deep within the Glacium ring. Anti-UE activists, political radicals, and criminals now occupy the deserted mining facility. Levski built inside this the facility Levski is built inside this asteroid. In an effort to keep out potential criminal elements, visitors are strictly forbidden from entering its residential areas. So Shimpasta, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum all its own. It has its dualities, right? As it's stated. So Nix 1 is a coreless world that has been mined clean by the Gold Horizon Corporation. So they think. I think there's some remnants there that people will find some things. This freaks me out all the time. These clouds piercing through them. Like I'm gonna slam to the ground. Let me get my radar up. Come on, radar. Give me something, radar. Holy crap, man. These clouds are freaking dense. See, this is something we could probably see at Nix. Okay, I'm high enough. Okay, there we are. God, man. Woo. Feels like I'm gonna slam on the ground. That's a weird feeling for me. So disoriented. Oh, the rain. Damn it. Okay, I can see a little bit now. Damn, dude. Crusader Spirit. There's a lot of ships out here. It's a mess. Okay. Port site. That's the light on. Shoot. That's with the light on. Bexalite. Not bad. Some Bex. Nix 2. A high pressure atmosphere and thick clouds of acid and carbon dioxide make Nix 2 not worth terraforming. I wonder what that does to your ship. There's copper. Next, Nix 3 is an ice giant that lacks a breathable atmosphere or any valuable materials. Oh, Quantanium, dude. Oh, shoot. Got some Q. Copper. Festinite. No good. Festinite. Mining and pyro, man. Gold. Interesting. 24% gold. Okay, let's see here. Agricium. It's a C1. Resistance is 7%. So it's a lot of easy handling of this. Extraction mode. All right. 42% gold. I like it. %. No. %, of gold. Oh, inert material. I can still sell it. I'm going after that 41% of gold. Where is it? %. 3%. 13. Let me see what the other yields are. Gotta go back and check each one for what's valued. I know there was some Quantanium, but it was so small of an amount that I'm like, no, don't. Bexelite, 31%.
Fracturing mode on.
Challenging, okay. 27% of Quantanium. That might be worth it, but 40% of it, it's only 27% though. I'm mining in the rain. I'm mining in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm rich again. Just mining in the rain. I'm mining in the rain. What a glorious feeling. This lever is happy again. Just mining in the rain, getting my UEC. Oh, it doesn't want to budge. I got to move in a little bit so I had to surge. There we go. In a little bit more. Oh, I knew it.
Critical. Warning. Power critical. Warning. Power critical.
Forward back game. Forward back game. Oh, get back. Damn it. That was a flash on my shields though. All right. 07 Coffee Gaming, how are you, sir? 07 Coffee, how you been? Getting an Empyro, man. Hmm, 79% Bexelite. And it's crazy, Coffee. Did you know that the inert material will stay in your container and you have to sell it at the other kiosk right across from the, or adjacent to the kiosk you go to refine? Isn't that cool? To empty it. So it won't work because you have residual inert material there. You'll have to actually sell it so so you empty out your cargo. Yes, but you have to. But it's a pain. It's a value, but it's a pain in the butt too, because if you pull in inert material, it'll kind of be stuck, like you're eating something and it gets stuck in your teeth. You got to pick it out. You got to get it out of your freaking cargo bag. So you got to go to the other ore kiosk and basically sell it. And it's like pennies on the dollar, though. Isn't it crazy? They are really, they're saying no one's utilizing that ore selling mechanic. They're gonna make you do it. I'm okay with that, man. There's that extra bit of you got to do this. I really dig that. Okay, so let's see, where can I go to sell this ore? Get a facility that's close by. Starlight Services. Can I make it? I should have got the warning that if I can't make it, it says insufficient fuel. Let's see. We'll find out. Not saying anything. Okay, let's get up in the Atmo. Well, yeah, you're right next to the other kiosk that sells ore. You have to go over to it, and then you select your ship, and then you sell it. You have to do it. If not, you will not be able to utilize your cargo bags. They will not work. It will say it's still full. If you go out in the field to mine, you'll look. That's what happened to me. I went to mine, and it says full. I was like, wait a minute, do you mean I slept at the wheel? And I go back and I look, and it's those percentages or those fractional percentages of inert material still stuck in the cargo storage bag. And Twix 07X Twix by design, he said, hey Kimmy, that's a new mechanic. You have to look over to your left to that kiosk right next door to you, to the refinery UI, and go and sell it. I was like, what? CIG is those sneaky snakes. They are putting in features, man. You got to sell those leftovers. Yep. You got to sell them, Coffee. We were talking Benoit. We were talking Citizen Con. Were you able to catch any of the video, Coffee? Right. No bones about it. No bones about it. Yeah, it's they're adding in, and they're getting more detailed oriented with certain things, or certain features that were introduced, they're not being utilized fully, then they're integrating gameplay that has to be a part of what you do, your process. So inert material, well, here's the thing. I preached that hopefully we can use inert material as that concrete or glue to connect the seams of our bases. If they're, have some sort of material or glue, and it helps to solidify or harden the material as it's being created. I don't know. It would be cool. How beautiful, man. I think this will be the evolution of cloud tech when we start getting the Vulkan. That's another thing. Will Vulkan also incorporate Oh, that's a wolf. That's a wolf. We got a wolf. Will it incorporate the new cloud tech? I'm wondering. But that's beautiful in the background right there. That's very refined right there. I want that for Area 18. And I want gray clouds. I don't want them to look gray clouds all the time. I want that kind of brightness when it's a sunny day. Oh my gosh. That's like Free Fly Central all day long. Just getting the game in Free Fly. What the hell, man? Taking the views. Ideally, you won't be the one selling the stuff. Your job is to wait while someone else swaps out the saddlebags. Speaking of saddlebags, what's going on with the Expanse? Will we ever see it at some point next year? I know we're not getting it this year, right? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's see what this guy has. Oh, he's got goodies. Am I stuck on this shit? Okay, why is the door jammed? Is he too close to the door? You know what? Here's the other alternative. Go to controls. So I have this. There we go. Simple as that. We can open the doors and let them stay open. All right, buddy. Bombs away. That was a little sick, wasn't it? Oh wow. You're saving something in the hey man, what are you doing looking at my movie glass? What are you doing looking at my Moby glass? Come on now. Oh, speaking of Moby glass, I would love to be able to utilize opening and closing the doors through the Moby. And if you're orged up, that should be the same for your org member utilizing the Moby glass. If you're all connected in party, opening and closing it, and not having to walk to the button. And yeah, this is the future, man. Yeah, something's wrong with the open closed door. Oh man. Jury duty. Oh man, good luck with. Hopefully, it's just one day coffee. Something. Maybe it's just a traffic stop. Hopefully, right? Fender bender. No more than that. Hopefully, let it be over by lunchtime. They release you. Get lunch. Done. Oh, and tell them about Star Citizen. Yeah. Nothing. I'm stopping right there. Jim's like, what are you going to do with all that UEC? Are you stacking it and saving it for something or what? You need to spend it, man. Oh gosh. Now what I have to do is find the freaking refinery now. Oh, crash the desktop. Give him a message. Four 4.3. Okay, launch game. With the perp weighs the same as the duck. Uh-oh. Do you exempt? Oh, I sent it. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're looking at persistence here, everyone. Get me back in the game. Get me back in the game. No, no, no. He's back. All right. Here we go. So, lobby. We're back. Let's see. Map that says Starlight Service Station, floor 1. Those are half floors. Starlight Services. I don't think they. Okay, what if. Let's see here. Shops. Let's see, did I. Let me see if there's a refinery or. see. Public habitations. I don't think they have it here. No, I have to go to another place. Guns. Submission giver?
Things got a little tense recently. Might be attracted the attention of some, let's just say, less desirable guys.
I've been better. Had a terrible dream last night. Something woke me up in the middle of it too, and now I can't shake this weird feeling. Like, I know the dream is just my mind processing stuff, but it felt so damn real.
Ran into some frontier fighters last week. Bunch of douchebags trying to explain why I was helping the cause as they were robbing me.
J Red. Is that you, J Red? Sounded like you. Alright, let's see here. It's not gonna be here though. Ship parts. Oh, let me see their guns, man. They have the custom stuff.
How are things? Well, if you say so.
FS9s. Wow. Oh, 7 twigs. Just saying hi. Just saying what's new. Have you ever been to a refinery, Twix? I think this station does not have a refinery. I don't think so. I'll tell you which one I'm at. Starlight Services. I don't think they have a refinery. By off chance, would you know? I know little about Pyro. Okay, what does this say? Vehicle service, landing, okay. Terminus. Yeah, yep. A 20-second delay. I'm on it. Terminus, that's the planet. Checkmate. Docking. See, Monarchs, that's the planet itself. Patch City. Vehicle services hangar.
You having a good one?
I'm trying to. Yeah. Gaslight. Ver. All right, so okay, checkmate right there. Over here. I'm so glad I did not purchase or actually procure any Quantanium. It was there, but something said, nope, don't do it, man. So glad I didn't.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
Oh, missions. Oh, to bring you there. Mm-hmm. I would say that they should be stealth based. They should not be official UEE business in that regard. It should be one of those you don't exist. We deny all affiliation if you're caught type of deal.
Vehicle selected.
But I think it has to be earned through reputation. I think it has to be a sense of you work under the umbrella of and this is a great segue to bring them in, the overlords, right? We don't exist, you don't exist. On behalf of the overlords, you're going in and doing extraction. Maybe someone's kidnapped or being held hostage. Or you're going in because there's a weapons cache. And that would be loot and enticement or incentive. It would be incentive for looting, right? But it's specific loot that you would go after because it's been procured by criminality, pirates. So you're going into, they stole from a weapons cache, right? In one of the big warehouse facilities. Bearing is fencing it for through the overlords. That would be so freaking military special ops based. It would be ridiculous. It makes sense. It makes sense to do it. Oh, you gotta have fire with the fire rats, man. You know, stuff burning all around, and when you approach that facility, it's fire everywhere. Big pillars of fire, just because they're fire rats, and they're all armed with flamethrowers. Oh my gosh! And hence why you probably need, like the rads for the Onyx mission, you need a fire suit. A heat-resistant suit. Or if not, it could be toasty. Yep. It would be perfect. That's a great idea. I love it. I love it. Especially flamethrowers. And then the incentive for marketing team is to, you earn it or you can buy those flamethrowers. And then the fight fire with fire. Introducing the fire rats. A lot of gameplay implementations. Fun. Fun. Did I not get fuel? Oh, I probably did not. Damn it, why didn't I do that? That's my bad. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it to checkmate. Okay, it's set, I think. Obstructed. Hold on. Yeah, I can make it. I think I can make it there. There we go. I can make it. I'll just refuel once I get there. But yeah, I would love to see the overlords at some point next year to be introduced into the gameplay structure. Here we go. Let's go, Pyro. But they're showing us that as they layer in these missions with the help of AI and mitigation of desync, higher frame rates, the utilization of Vulkan, I think we're going to see something special with the NPCs, further iteration on that. We're noticing how, let's say, they stab themselves with a concoction of a widow / maze that gives you this crazy adrenal rush or resistance to injuries, or you get shot and the next few minutes you get back up and you're back into it again, or they stab their teammates with a pin that gets them raged up, adrenal contraband. And that's another layer of, you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to be very methodic and thorough in your FPS combat situations, right? And you got to keep a tight band with your cells in order to clear floors and things of that nature. More tactical, and I think it's going to dial into that. Whether it's the actual NPC / creatures that's involved in the equation too. Trained creatures, utilization of trained creatures. And eventually criminal aliens, and they're using alien technology and creatures as well. Trained creatures that come after you. It's a layered effect of features. Environmental, waist deep in water where you wade, you can't run as much, right? So you're not running around as, even with the depths, there's flooding. There's some things you have to mitigate flooding. If you don't, the sewage water can rise up to a point where you can't run away from some things. Those layers and those environmental mechanics can play a part to detriment your task, the success or failure. Timers. You go into a room or section where there's timers that it's going to bleed sewage, and you got to get the key in there to stop it, and you don't do it in time, and it opens up the door for these Valakars that can travel faster underwater, and they're coming after you. Heck, and you got to run and climb up on obstacles to stand up above the water. And there's a limited number of pillars you can climb up on. And somebody's going to take one for the team, right? Gameplay implications. Fascinating. I mean, it's just opening up the doors for varied gameplay, varied challenges. And it's going to keep people engaged, right? Because you have the ability to create and be creative and incorporate that into the new engine, right? A lot of debris out here, dude. I'm gonna top it off, or I might just go ahead and stay here for the night. And it's getting late for me, man. I gotta deal with the week, and I think this'll do it for now. I'll continue this traversing here and drop these minables off. Let's see here if I can top off some pair fuel. Man, 4.1K. Woo.
Quantum fuel at 100%.
Nice.
Systems off.
I'll stay the night here. Unfortunately. Yikes.
The ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to authority indicated.
All right. He camping out in this creepy place. Oh, refinery deck. I found it. Hello. Oh, did the screen crack? What the hell's going on? Okay, it says current floor entrance. Oh, I forgot. This is old stuff. Okay, am I in the right spot? Okay, so let me star map it. Oh, come on now. What the heck? Hold on. Something's off with this map. It's supposed to tell me what's going on here. There's no information. That's a bug. Oh boy. Shops. Refinery deck. We had an old analog, old school it. Oh, it's just right here. Damn. Why does it look so different from before? It's brighter. Hey, man. Always a pleasure. Coffee, Cat, Fimbra, Twix, everyone. Rocket Rizzy. Got terminal supplies. Ooh. I remember it's like down a floor or refinement center. Blah, blah, blah. Duh. This works, man. Looks like I'll be doing some work here, y'all. I'm gonna make it last. Put in some work, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be here at least 9 hours. Oh gosh. Putting in work at the P row. Yes, indeed. Everyone, 07, thank you so much. I'm gonna continue work. I'm gonna be here for a week or so. I'll tune in, get as we get information. I'll chime in. Check me out on Discord. I'll be sending messages here and there. Gonna stay in tune with what's coming, man. Let's go, CitizenCon. Chat, everyone. Thank you so much. Much love to y'all. All the best to y'all. I'm gonna get through this week. Be back this weekend, y'all, early. Get ready. Let's go for some adventures, shall we? 07's all the best. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. 07, Finley. Let's go. CitizenCon is on the way. It's on the way. Shampasta! Ascendant. It's about that bottom line, baby.